Hi everybody, as you know, my name is Casey Grimm, and I'm your neighbor, and gathered you here today to learn about my farm tractor. Have you ever wondered how we still have tractors running that were manufactured in the 1920s? Well, it all comes down to proper maintenance and changing fluids regularly. The basic concepts are not only good for farm tractors, it can be used for your car, push mower, lawn mower, riding mower, whatever, power washer. We're going to go over how to check the oil, grease fittings, the importance of tire pressure, and the fluids. So first off, we're going to go into the hood here.
I gotta learn all this.
Here's your air filter. The importance of the air filter is it keeps dirt and other grimy materials out of your engine. It's just a simple filter. It's easy to clean. We take the air compressor and just run it out, or you can take a vacuum and suck it out. It says to change it every 50 hours. Manufacturers come up with that number for a reason. If you let it go too long, it can clog and cause damage to your engine. So that's really something important you want to make sure you follow. And then you just snap it back in. Snap. And you're good. Alright, then you got your battery. You want to make sure your battery is always full of fluid. It gives you two markers, just like your oil, that we'll get to in a minute. And your terminals, you always want to make sure they're clean, not corroded, and tight to ensure proper connection and charge. So that's, well, here we go to the oil. I check the oil. It's on the side here. You got to make sure you pull the dipstick out, clean it, because the oil runs up inside it when the engine's on. And then check the oil. There's two marks, full and low, and as you can see, it's in between, so we're good. Notice how that oil was black? That's fine because it's a diesel. Diesels typically run darker, but if that was a gasoline engine, it wouldn't be good. It means it'd be time for a change. Alrighty. Now for tire pressure, you want to make sure your tire pressure stays within the range that is listed on the sidewall of the tire, and also within the owner's manual. The lower the tire pressure is, the more traction you'll have in muddy situations. So, or snowy. So just like with your car, if you get stuck, you can get out and let some tire pressure out in order to get more grip. That's because when the tire pressure is lower, there's more surface area of the top tread contacting the ground, which results in a better dig, which gives you more traction. Go back here to the back of the tractor. The hydraulic and transmission all runs off one fluid. So check the hydraulic and transmission level. There's a little glass window right there, and as you can see, it's in the glass window. So if it's in the window, you're good. If it's above the window, you have too much. But there is a relief valve on this, so if it's above the window, it'll blow a relief valve instead of damaging the inside of the transmission. So that's good, but if it's too low, then it means you're not lubricating your system enough, which causes friction and wears away at your gears. Fuel filter is also something that's important. It says to change it every 100 hours, but every 100 to 200 is probably good. It just filters out particles that form in your tank from just filling your tank with gasoline or diesel. It's very important, actually. Any water that condenses in here will get filtered out into the filter. And when you're winterizing your tractor, you want to make sure that you fill your gasoline tank or your diesel tank. By filling it, you are allowing less air to hold inside the tank, which causes less condensation to occur and less water to form. Now we'll get to the grease fittings. This might be the most important thing to make sure you're doing properly is greasing your fittings. There's grease fittings throughout the tractor, on the loader, in the wheels, just everywhere there's movement, basically. By greasing the fittings, you reduce friction and wear and tear on your gears or any moving part. So, for example, to grease this fitting, it's just a simple nipple, and you just slide the tip over the nipple of the fitting, and when you pump the grease gun, the grease goes into the fitting, which lubricates the metal. Then you just clean off the end of it and clean off the nipple, and you're ready to go. So that's the basic concepts of the tractor. There's more detail and more touchy situations to go into, but those are the main concepts and the most important ones that you need to practice, not only with your farm tractor but with your automobile or lawnmower, like I said earlier, or anything. So cleanliness is also another important topic to discuss. Now, when I say cleanliness, I don't mean you have to wax it and wash it after every time you use it, or you don't have to keep it as clean as you keep your vehicle or car, but cleanliness with a tractor is more or less keeping the excess mud off of it. When you keep the mud off of it, you keep rust from forming and keep water from staying within the metal all the time. So when you keep the rust away, you also make it last longer, which makes your investment more worthwhile. So that's basically it. I would like to thank you all for coming today. Hope you leave here with a little more knowledge about what it takes to maintain my farm tractor or your automobile or riding mower or whatever it may be. Remember, check your fluids regularly. Your tire pressure helps lead to longer lasting equipment and a happier you. As Nikon Cameras always says, remember, you're only as good as your equipment.